Alright, today I'm working on a 2011 Subaru WRX hatchback. So I'm going to be doing the water pump, timing belt, the idler pulleys, and I'm going to do the radiator with lower and upper radiator hose and all sorts of fun things. So first thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to drop down the splash shield on the bottom. I'll go ahead and show that. Alright, so we have the car lifted, jacking up points. You can hit the subframe, so you can lift up right here or right here. But right here is more reinforced. Since this car was lowered, I actually kind of lifted right here on this bolt. And you do the same thing for the other side. Jack stand points right there. Now, starting from the rear of the splash shield, we're going to take off one. They are all 12 millimeters, by the way. So 1, 2, 3. So yeah, there's just 3 bolts that are holding it. And then normally you would have a fastener clip right there. It would be right here. So you would have one right there. And then you could use the flathead screwdriver or flathead just to pop those off. And then here's the one on the passenger side, so same thing. We'll go ahead and pop this guy off with the flathead. Alright, so now that we have our splash shield taken off, right here on the passenger side, there's going to be a little petcock. So we're going to go ahead and loosen that. You're going to use a screwdriver. And this is how we're going to drain the coolant. And then we're going to go ahead and open up the radiator cap, just to speed the flow of the process. So now we're going to go ahead and take off this coolant reservoir. So right here, you're just going to pinch this area. So this plastic, there's an inside piece that you just pinch so that this part comes right out. Just like that. And then this will be able to slide right up. Now you can just take off this hose. So now we're going to go ahead and take off the upper radiator hose. I'm going to try to take off everything all at once, so this is why I'm going to be doing it this route. So we're going to go ahead and just stick something in between this area and then clamp it down. So as a tip, I did put my pliers through this radiator hose so I can get more of a grip, but make sure it's not crimping in between there. And then we're going to go ahead and take off these clamps right here on the reservoir. So then we're going to go ahead and take off the fan connector hose, or the fan connectors. Then we're going to go ahead and take off the lower radiator hose. Alright, so now at this point we're ready to take off the radiator. And we are going to take off these 2 radiator hold down supports. So they're both going to be 12, so one right here and one right there. So now at this point we're pretty much going to reverse the order. So we're going to go ahead and switch up over the fans on that. I'll go ahead and show that part. Alright, so here's our new Mishimoto radiator. Now this guy comes with 2 fittings. There's going to be a smaller one and a bigger one. Now you need to match that with the hose that you're actually going to be using. But we are going to be using the big one and we're not going to be needing the smaller one. But I will keep this as for a future reference just in case if I need it for another vehicle. So we're going to be putting on some Teflon tape, and then I have an adjustable wrench for this. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and put on our Teflon tape. So we're going to start just like this. We're going to work our way clockwise. and then just pull back. Now we need to make sure that this goes with the thread and not against it. Alright, so here's our old radiator. We're not going to be using these hoses or hose clamps, so we're just going to leave on the hoses and just pull off the radiator fans and then this coolant hose. So obviously we're going to need our vice grips for this one. And then all these guys are going to be 10 millimeters. And then once you take off the fan, you're going to push it up to the side. Same thing for this guy. Push up, and we'll put it to the other side. Make sure you don't get those fans confused. So for these hose clamps, make sure that this guy is facing down towards the radiator. So both of those are faced like that. Alright, so at this point we're pretty much ready for the install on this. Make sure on this radiator, make sure you tighten this all the way, because if not, it could be loose. And then don't forget to put this guy back on. And then I'm not putting my hose clamps down right now because I might need to adjust the hoses so it could fit the thermostat housing and then the upper radiator port too as well. And the same thing that goes to the other reservoir tank. So we're going to have to switch this one around. Alright, so now we completed the procedure. Now we need to do the coolant bleed. I believe this one's just by letting it run until make sure you get hot air inside the cabin. Then once you get hot air, keep an eye on the temperature. Double check your coolant. Do not check it while the hose is hard. Top this guy off as needed since we emptied out this. And I'm going to fill it up from here, and I'm going to have that one open as I'm filling it up. So once the coolant starts coming out from here, then I'm going to go ahead and close this, and then I'm going to fill as needed from there. If this video helped you out, comment below, hit the thumbs up, and then hit that subscribe button for more upcoming videos, and thanks for watching. Alright, today I'm working on a 2000 2011 Subaru WRX hatchback. So I'm going to be doing the water pump, timing belt, the idler pulleys, and I'm going to do the radiator with lower and upper radiator hose and all sorts of fun things. So first thing we're going to have to do, we're going to have to drop down the splash shield on the bottom. I'll go ahead and show that.